Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the eclipse season of the Pisces and Virgo eclipse. Pisces on the 7th, Virgo on the 21st. Each row is going to represent something different. The first row is going to be what is being revealed at this time. Eclipses tend to reveal things to us. You can't make this up. You have this card that says time to take action. You have this card that says believe in the impossible. I don't know how often you get these cards that say like, hey, it's time to make your move, Cancer, but basically a lot with me. So it could be time to like make your move, take action on something that you think is impossible. I think this is true for everyone because we have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is actually in Aries, but it is retrograding back into Pisces this year, and Neptune in Pisces is the big impossible dream. I've said this to everyone. You've probably heard me say it. If there was ever a time where we could accomplish something that is or seems impossible, it would be right now. This is like your last chance. Neptune will move back into Aries in January of next year, basically towards the end of January. And so you have like one shot here to like really make something happen, and you don't have to be perfect. That's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can start very freaking small, right? So you don't have to do anything crazy to get things going, but you do have to start. That is, that is the difference. You can start extremely small, but you do have to get started, right? So again, in your first row, sorry, I have my list here for what each row represents because I'm going to forget. So what's being revealed to you at this time? You have the King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Could be a person. You have a lot of love here. You've been getting a lot of love with me, Cancer. You have the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, obviously. So, if you want love, this could be a person. And that could be what's being revealed. This is a person, just being aware. The other thing about the King of Swords is that he is kind of like the mentor of the tarot. And I feel for a lot of you, you could be, and I'm pretty sure this came up for you recently, by the way. I just did the readings for the week of the 8th, right? So literally the week that after the Pisces eclipse on Sunday, the 7th. And, I'm pretty sure I said the same thing, that it would be an amazing time for you to look for mentors, guides, things like that, I would be looking for people who challenge your belief systems as well. We need to challenge our own belief systems at this time. There's a couple things going on. Number one, Neptune in Pisces, retrograding back into Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief, basically things you've always believed to be true about whatever. And Uranus and Gemini. Uranus will also be retrograding out of Gemini this year. But it doesn't matter, and I think we should all be kind of like looking, challenging our beliefs about whatever the hell. Doesn't matter, anything. And it will be good for you. I forgot to say that this reading, it's going to be for this eclipse season, which could be 6 months up to a year from now. So, this energy is going to last for a while. Eclipse seasons usually do last for a while, so that's how long this will be for. You have the Knight of Pentacles as well. And so the Knight of Pentacles is like slow, steady progress moving forward. And I feel like you are that, like, there is something about that being revealed to you here, Cancer, where it's like, I think the universe is showing you where things will grow. We have a lot of growth actually here. These three cards right here, the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles as well. These two have grapes growing on their card, or grapes behind her, grapes on his cloak. Grapes in the tarot represent a skill that they have that is difficult for most people, but you can do well. So I feel like some of you could be developing a skill, and yeah, it's just, it's something that I would think about here. I think you could develop a skill more as well. It's kind of like popping into my head here, Cancer, where it's like, I think about this stuff a lot. Obviously, I work on YouTube, but, it's like, what I wish I would have done years ago is just like do something to like shake it out, right? And that's what's popping into my head for you. I'm not saying you're working in social media, but it's like it might have been beneficial for me to, for example, take a storytelling class like early on in my YouTube career. It might have been beneficial for me to like take an improv class as well. Like it probably would have made me more comfortable on camera, right? Like there are things that I could have done to maybe grow a little bit faster or enhance what I did as well. And I'm not saying this to, beat up on myself. I'm saying this to get you to get ahead. And so like that's kind of popping into my head here. Like let's say you're doing something new over the next 6 months, like in work or business or whatever, like I feel there could be like classes or there could be things that would be almost like a quantum leap for you if you were to learn it, right? Obviously, you're going to have to put the effort in to learn these things, but I don't know. This reading is kind of saying to me there are some quantum leaps that you could be making, if you like figure out what that is for you, and I would definitely do it. You have the Lovers. Clearly, there could be love coming in for you. So, love definitely could be something that's being revealed to you at this time. I have a feeling that all 3 water signs are probably going to get love. It's just a love time for water signs, so it kind of makes sense to me. But you have the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. It's like literally an admirer could be being revealed to you at this time, Cancer. So, take it or leave it, right? But definitely love. So let's see what is going on for you. With the King of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is those things that we hold on to, And again, Neptune and Pisces, this is not a bad challenge or anything like that. It's probably a good thing. It's like maybe you believe that you can't do something. Neptune and Pisces is like, well, yes, because you've always believed that, and now it's time to change that belief and believe that you can do something, right? And so I feel that this is about kind of exceeding your own expectations. It's almost like the Four of Pentacles is almost like the universe is challenging you, I feel, Cancer. Like it's saying, like, sure, yeah, maybe you believe that you can't do these things, but what if you actually could? I kind of have that question popping into my head with the Four of Pentacles. It's like saying, what if? It's like, yeah, you think X, Y, Z, but what if? I would challenge yourself. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, I think things can move forward better now, is what's popping into my head. Knight of Pentacles is an okay card. It can represent progress and things like that, but he's got these empty fields behind him, and he just needs to plant seeds in those fields, and they will grow. And so I feel for a lot of you, it's like, and you have the Wheel of Fortune twice, by the way, in your reading, which is amazing. Definitely can be good for luck and, building a business or building your luck or increasing your luck, which I feel could be happening for you here. But, sorry, I'm choking now. And, so what I think you need to do is pay attention to things that move you forward with the Wheel of Fortune and that Knight of Pentacles. I also feel that things that used to maybe not work as well for you can work better now is what I'm getting. It's almost like, let me just say this. I feel like there are certain blockages in your life right now, and you have this card coming up which says release blocks, which is probably one of the better things we can do during eclipses, so yes. But, it's almost like the block is more mental. It's like you think you can't do something because you used to not be able to, but now you can. And I know that sounds stupid, but that's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying to me. It's like you can do something that you used to not be able to do. And I don't know, maybe that's a blockage you need to think about. Yeah, with the Lovers, you have the Hermit. I think you're attracting someone who is a little bit of a hermit, or, King of Swords, you always get the King of Swords with me, so it's probably someone who's older than you. King of Swords can be very hard to read, and they can also be a little bit more quiet or reserved type of person. So you could be attracting a person like that. Hermit is usually a person who's been through a lot as well. Again, this could be something that you learn over time. Obviously, you might not know that right now, or you might not even know this person. I feel some of you do, some of you don't, but again, I feel that maybe over time you're going to realize that this person has been through a lot. Next, we are going to look at what is being eclipsed out of your life. You have this It Is What It Is card and Willing Release card, which is great because, again, we're looking at what's being released, and you have this card that says Willing Release. So you are probably letting go of things that you have wanted to let go of for a long time. I feel a lot of healing here as well. You have no healing cards here, Cancer, but what I will say is that the Virgo eclipse on the 21st is really good for healing, and you could already be doing this. Again, eclipses, we can feel the energy well before the eclipses and after the eclipses, so I think a lot of you could be feeling that energy at this time, and this is going to be good. You have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Healing, like I said, I think that what you could be releasing is things that used to hurt you, right? Three of Swords is heartbreak, but, Three of Swords is about forgiveness. So, maybe what's being, maybe this isn't really something that's being eclipsed out of your life, but it's more something that you're, doing, which could be forgiveness or forgiving the past. You could absolutely be eclipsing out a past heartbreak and, kind of healing from it and moving forward. And I feel that would be a great thing for you to do at this time. Next, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, gratitude, luxuries, good things happening in your life. I don't really feel anything's being eclipsed out with this Nine of Pentacles. I feel, but actually maybe because, what I was going to say is I feel this card is talking about your focus and what you focus on, but what could be being eclipsed out of your life is the lack of focus, right? So maybe that's what's being eclipsed out. She has this falcon right here. And the falcon on her hand with this glove represents the fact that she is training her focus. And I do feel a lot of you Cancers could be doing things to be more focused or to focus in on something. You have the Ace of Swords as well. Ace of Swords is a card of laser-like focus. It says when you are laser-like focused on what you want in life, then good things can happen. So, I would be very focused with that Ace of Swords. But, so I feel that. I also feel that some of you are kind of like being more grateful. And, I feel you could be attracting actually more abundance into your life. So, that would be good. Next, you have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands can be a victory, success, an achievement, good things coming in for you. I almost get this feeling here that what's being eclipsed out of your life here, Cancer, is like what other people think. There's a person on this card, I'll show you, and this person is meant to look jealous on the card right here. And it's popping into my head that some of you are just releasing like the need for others' approval, the need for people to like feel a certain way about what you're doing. I just kind of feel you're releasing that care. Like you're just not caring what anyone thinks or feels or does about what you do in your life. And obviously that would be a good thing with the Six of Wands. I feel that could lead to a lot of success, abundance, growth, good things coming in for you, right? With the Three of Swords, here you go. You have the King of Swords. Like, I feel you are releasing the need to know, like, what is going to happen. It's like good, bad. Like good. Not necessarily bad, but it's like I feel like This to me is saying that you are looking at a situation, and it's like you're looking at the good and the bad that could happen. I guess, like, again, the good news here is that maybe what you are releasing during these eclipses is, like, the need to know. We never can know. And anything we enter into, I'm not even just saying love, anything we enter into in life, it can always go well or it can go bad. That's just how life works. I just get this feeling of, like, the King of Swords is wisdom. And so just intuitively, I feel that you have gained the wisdom that you can't control anything. It's almost like you're releasing control or something. I hope that makes sense. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this is the other thing you're releasing here, Cancer. I feel that you have realized that you have to enter into things new. Anything. It's like I feel like you have realized that, like in love, it's like not everyone is the same. Even though maybe it seems like it, not everyone is the same. Same thing in work or business. It's like things can go differently. It's almost like you are opening up to new realities, or the fact that there are multiple realities, right? Because there are. And so I feel like you are realizing that you can choose to enter into different realities by, changing things in your life, changing things about yourself, or, kind of like coming at things from different perspectives or changing your perspectives. I don't know. I get a lot off of this card. I feel like you've learned a lot about reality over the past many years. It's kind of a deep freaking message here, Cancer, as well. I really feel that the Page of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune on both sides of it, kind of, right? Like Wheel of Fortune. The deep message is, like I said, that like I feel like you are realizing that you can control your own reality. I'll give you a great example, right? There are plenty of people who say luck doesn't exist. They're not very lucky. I went to high school with a kid. We used to call him Dumb Luck because literally he had the dumbest luck. I'll tell you a funny story. I went fishing with him one time when we were teenagers, right? He stands up, his cell phone goes flying into the water, into this river, right? And so he used to have all these stories, this kid, right? And so he told us, we were fishing with another buddy, and he told us, he's like, oh, my dad is, he knows a guy in the state police dive team, and they'll come out here and they'll get my phone, right? And we were like, okay, whatever, right? BS, right? He literally calls us like a couple days later. He's like, hey, do you guys want to come see the state police dive team come look for my cell phone? Literally, his dad got the state police dive team to look for his freaking cell phone in a river, right? Crazy ass story. So, but one thing that he taught me and he was one of my best friends in high school, is that, if you really believe that something is true, then it is. It's like he really, it was no other way. He wasn't even thinking luck in his life. Like, he didn't even think that he was necessarily lucky. That's not his thought. What made him lucky is just things just went a certain way for him, and that was it, right? And so he's like definitely one of those people, but hilarious, good times, funny, good times, right? With the Six of Wands, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is, again, cause and effect. It's like maybe that's what you have learned here, Cancer, is cause and effect, and how certain actions kind of like shape your reality. And I almost feel you are creating your own reality with these two eclipses, which is powerful. Next, we're going to look at where you are being redirected at this time. Eclipses tend to redirect us. You have this meant to be card and this releasing blocks card. We talked about it. I feel for a lot of you are, eclipses are great for focusing on blockages and, kind of like removing blockages. The meant to be card, I do feel like there's something that's meant to be in your life, and maybe you need to realize it. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So there could be a change in your fortunes, but I really feel this is about choosing your reality. Like I said, it's like if you believe you're lucky, you're lucky. If you don't, then you're not. If you believe you're poor, right? You know what I mean? It's like all those things are popping into my head. And regardless of what the truth is, you have this card at the end that says trust yourself. You have the Ace of Swords. We're in a time of truth. I feel it's almost like you need to shape your reality at this time by, creating the truth, making something. It's almost like you could make something the truth, right? And you're going to have to do this through actions, building confidence, things like that. But it really could change your life with the Wheel of Fortune. You have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I do like this. Again, this reading is good for love if you want it. You have the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups as well. The King of Pentacles is someone who wants something permanent. So you could be attracting like a permanent connection or more solid connection. I also feel very good about money in this reading here, Cancer. I do feel like partially that you are being redirected to kind of like focus in on your finances more, but like in a good way. It's not like you're becoming obsessed with money or anything like that, but I do feel like you're taking certain things more seriously, which is good. I would keep doing what you're doing here. You have the Page of Cups. Again, I think some of you could be being redirected towards love, but now, again, if you already have love, or if you don't want love, I still think you're being redirected towards love, but we're talking about the energy of love. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be that you need to do more of what you love, or maybe you need to fill your life, your reality with more of what you love. And again, I think there's something about this is definitely a very powerful message for kind of like shaping your reality, Cancer. And again, I don't think anyone else is going to get anything like this. So, it seems to be like a thing you're doing. And so obviously doing that from a position of love would be a good idea, but also could be a person if you want it. Yep, with the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Six of Pentacles, tiny little steps. That's all you have to do. We don't have to do, again, I tell all water signs. Water signs in particular, should not be stressing themselves out right now. We don't have to, because we don't have to. It's like, yes, you have this card. It says believe in the impossible. But the beautiful thing is like, I feel that water signs need to believe that the impossible can be easy. Whatever the impossible is. So start small, right? Make those tiny little investments into whatever it is that you're trying to grow in your life, and see how things go. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says, when you know that something is for you, then it's probably for you. It's about those deep beliefs. So I feel like you need to believe in yourself. And, we kind of talked about this, how, developing a belief in yourself or, kind of working on confidence and things like that could be good. With the Page of Cups, you have the Tower. I think love will be a surprise to you, for sure. You might be surprised by the fact that someone is interested in you. Again, the Tower does not have to be a good card. The Tower can be a good card. The Tower can also represent seeing reality for what it is. You know what I mean? So, part of me wonders if there are some changes that you have to make at this time to fit a reality. And that could be a Tower moment, right? It's like maybe you are realizing that to get a good person that you really want, that you have to change, right? That is a Tower moment. Maybe you want to make more money, and maybe you realize that, for the next 6 months, you're going to have to put a little bit more effort into your business. That is a Tower moment. Tower moments don't have to be bad. Tower moments are just admitting reality to yourself. And trust me, you want to do it to yourself. I always like to tell people as well with the tower, the whole point of the tower is that the universe has had to do this for them. You don't want that. You want to admit the reality to yourself so that the universe doesn't have to do it for you, right? And so I always like to remind people of that with the towers. It hasn't happened yet, so you still have the opportunity to face a reality. And then it doesn't have to be painful, right? Next, we're going to look at your next chapter, or like the next 6 months. Again, usually eclipses, we're entering into a new chapter in life. You have this travel card. It says, in which, yes, definitely, I think it's an excellent time for Cancer to travel. It says growth, desire for change, and exploration. Yeah, the whole reading. You have this trust yourself card, very important. It says intuition, decisiveness, and knowing. I think you need to decide the truth that you want to live, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's your life. And I feel you need to say, like, it doesn't matter if what you want is the truth or not. I feel you're shaping reality by making something the truth, right? So, again, we have to, I'm a big fan of doing this. Like, anything we want, I think we have to look at how we can match it. Like, if you want money, for example, you can't just think about manifesting money. You have to, like, work on your money blocks, heal those things. There are certain habits that people who have money have. There are certain things that they do. There are certain activities that they take part in, right? You have to do all those things so that it becomes your truth. And, I feel like that's what you're doing here, Cancer. Your very first card is the Ace of Swords, the truth, right? So the Ace of Swords can be a victory or a win or a big success, but, Ace of Swords is the truth. And it's about being laser-like focused on the truth. So I feel that being laser-like focused on what you want and what you hope to get out of life and all that other stuff would be very good for you with that card. Next, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. Things are not going to go how you think. I've been saying this to you all freaking year. I'm pretty sure it's you that I say this to, like off and on, right? She has this island over here. She is thinking like this or that. I don't think this is bad. I just think it's like literally saying things are not going to go how you think in anything that you're doing. But this is a good thing. That's how life works. As someone who's had multiple businesses in my life, and I still do to this day, I can tell you that like none of those things ended how I thought they would, right? Or not, none of them have ended, but it's like nothing has ever gone according to plan, and it's just not how life works. And I think the Two of Swords is saying nothing is going to go according to plan, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine, Cancer. You have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. I don't know. I think you could be a little bit surprised. There could be a person that you're like really attracted to, or that it could also. Sometimes I think like Tower, this card, Ace of Swords. It's like one of those things where it just sometimes I think we end up with a person that we actually like, and we could be surprised, that we are actually with a person that we are truly interested in. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, like what you call attention to is what you're going to get, Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses. So I think it would be an amazing time for you, Cancer, to focus and to do exactly what you want, even if you have to fake it, right? I wouldn't say fake it, but like I would pick an activity. Like if there's something you want, it's like the best example I can give you is like YouTube. People ask me all the time. They say, I want to be a YouTuber. What do I need to do? Start posting videos and don't stop. I know that might not be the answer that they want, but it's like if you want to be a YouTuber, for example, you have to post on YouTube. That is what is required, right? I think sometimes we just have to do the thing that we want to do. That's it. And I know that sounds simple, and there's a lot of other moving parts, but, that's what I would do there. With the Seven of Pentacles, with the Two of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So definitely a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles is my card that says, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's wondering, is it worth it for me to keep putting effort into my current situation, or is there something better? Your readings all this year have been saying that there is something better coming in for you. With the Knight of Cups, yes, I think you need to get out of your head about this love thing. I think you're too much fearing heartbreak, or that something will break your heart. It's like you're too scared of something here, Cancer. I'm not calling you out, but I am at the same time. So I don't know if you're like nervous or scared or what, but I feel it, that energy there, and I wouldn't be. You have this concentration card. Yeah, concentration should be your keyword with that Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. You need to concentrate exactly on what you want and start developing habits around what you want, right? I think doing that will be amazing. You have this restlessness card. I think a lot of people are going to feel restless over the next 6 months. It's just the energy. It just is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it other than what I would channel it into something. Like, don't just waste this energy. Do something with it. And, as long as you channel it, you'll be fine. You have this charity card. This card kind of can represent a gift from the universe. So I do feel some of you could be getting a gift, or you could feel like the universe is more like on your side. You have this originality card. Yes. It's hard to be original, right? It's hard to have original ideas or do things that are original to you. Like maybe you're not doing something totally original, but maybe you're doing some things that you've never done before, and I think it would be a good time for you to do that. And finally, you have this authority card. I think it's about you taking the lead. A lot of your readings have been encouraging you to take the lead, Cancer, so taking the lead in your life would be a good idea. But this looks really good, Cancer. I like this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy the eclipses.